Everything's fine here on Detention Block 823, a Star Wars podcast. I'm Mike, joined by Dustin and Greg, here
Who?
to talk through the drop of the Acolyte trailer. So we haven't. Are you referring to Greg?
Yeah, I don't know who that is. This is like this new guy that's on my screen right now.
Special guest. I pop in, I
Well, he's
pop out.
back. He's
I'm like
back for
I'm
some
like
Acolyte
Lando.
trailer action.
I'm like Lando. I won't be
Act
there
like
the
that
whole
rash
time.
coming.
Yeah. Like I'm not gonna be in the entire movie, but the scenes that I'm in, you're gonna love. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
I like it. I like it. Um, but we do have an official Acolyte trailer that has dropped. So we will watch that. We'll kind of review it. So other news that was released with it, it will premiere on June 4th. So it's Tuesdays that it sounds like the show. I don't know about the future episodes if they'll follow on that Tuesday, because I know that they're releasing two to start off. So we'll get two episodes on the 4th, and then there's a total of 8 episodes that will be released. Again, this is created by Leslie Headland, and she was recently quoted saying that whatever you're or something along the lines of whatever you're expecting, that's not what this is. So it'll be interesting to see what this truly is when it releases. Before we watch it, any initial thoughts of not expectations, but what you would hope or like to see in this show, maybe even the trailer? Either one of you?
High Republic stuff, right? Like we talked about that. Isn't it supposed to be at the tail end of the High Republic?
Yeah, it's more of the fall of the High Republic. So it's 50 to 100 years prior to the Phantom Menace. So I like, from my eyes, I would envision some kind of correlation into the prequels, like potentially a young Palpatine, potentially a Darth Plagueis. I mean, Sheev Palpatine hadn't fallen to the dark side or became a Sith yet at this point, but maybe we get a little cameo. But his predecessor, his master, should be probably somewhere along in this era.
I mean, I doubt you're going to
Wouldn't
see.
you think?
You're not going to see Palpatine. I mean, if it's 150 years before the Phantom Menace, he's a he's a human being,
No,
right?
102. It's 50 to 100 years. So if it's 50 years
Oh,
prior to Phantom Menace,
Yeah, but then he'd still be
then
like you'd
he
see
could
him in like the
could
daycare.
be a politician.
the Sith daycare.
Yeah.
Right.
What
I
do
mean, he
Sith
would be
do with the
young.
Sith?
Oh, he'd be real, he was probably only 50 at the in Phantom Menace. I mean, how old was he? He was still
Yeah, I don't
old.
know. That's a good
Uh,
question.
uh,
Maybe we'll
uh,
get like what we saw in Kenobi, like a young Luke Skywalker, young Leia type of a thing, but maybe just a brief cameo. But I would less expect that and more expect to see something along the lines of his predecessor, his master, or his master's master. Somewhere a
Makes sense.
Darth Plagueis name drop somewhere in there, I would think. Because I think it's the Sith that we're seeing. I know it's centered around the dark side and the reemergence of that at the end of the High Republic, which tells me Sith, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Sith isn't what this is all about. Because, like Leslie said, whatever we think it is, it's not that. So maybe it's not that. Anything else before we dive into this? Oh, we're going to see a Yoda too. That's another thing. A
Maybe.
Yoda or some of the
Or
other.
are you saying like a version of Yoda? So like another like a third Yoda? There's baby Yoda. Are we getting a teenage Yoda with angst?
No, no, not another Yoda, but Yoda or Yaddle
Uh,
at a younger age. I know there's other Jedi Council members from the prequels that are in the High Republic books because their species just age that long. So I would imagine we'll at least get a brief clip or name drop of some of those at least. So, all right. Well, since I have to use my iPad for this, Just give me a second as I load it up. Share screen. All right, we'll get into YouTube. And I'll play it just to make sure that you guys get audio. Oh, and of course, I had it all ready, but then it's refreshing.
Close your eyes.
You definitely hear it.
Yep. Yeah, audio is good.
Full screen that bitch.
Okay. All right, so I got it. We'll get going on this. Full screen. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Close your eyes. Your eyes can deceive you. We must
So
not
this looks like the
trust
Jedi
them.
Temple on Coruscant.
Tell me what comes into your mind.
Life. Balance. I see fire.
Well, yeah, she's. Watch out for her.
Jedi fighting some assassin.
Someone is killing Jedi. It doesn't make sense.
An old killing Jedi.
What happened?
Wookiee
I
Jedi.
sensed darkness.
Did you do that?
Is that Vanessa Rowe?
This isn't about good or bad. This is about power and who is allowed to use it.
What is that?
Oh.
Well, what happened to it? Screen
Yeah.
broadcasting.
Technical difficulties.
All right, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Thanks, Zoom.
I'm not seeing like a bad guy in the trailer that really like sparks my interest.
Pops out.
And you know I'm the bad guy expert. Just ask
Right. Well, and I mean,
just ask my son when it's bedtime.
I know they're I know they're showing that like assassin looking person, but I have to believe that's not like the main baddie, right?
No.
I mean, maybe they're hiding the main baddie.
That's like a
but,
bait and switch making you.
yeah, I don't know. So far, not really seeing a
Yeah.
bad guy that.
Maybe the main baddie's Plagueis.
I mean, it could be. All right, can you see my screen again?
Yeah, 2 hours and 24 minutes for a trailer reaction? That's way too long. Isn't it?
Close your eyes.
Well, it's probably a breakdown.
It's still long.
Of what,
time.
every
You're right.
second?
Where we were.
This is about power and who is allowed to use it.
What is that?
Sounds like the Lord of the Ring symbols for the O.
Yeah.
Seriously, 2
Well,
hours.
This
I wonder.
is not just a deck of cards. This is a collection of 54.
They're getting free
54 what?
advertisement.
54
right
what?
here.
That's
You're going to have to look it up and give it a click for yourself.
Yeah. I probably have
All
to
right.
watch that 2.5
Close your
hour
eyes.
breakdown. Now, close your eyes. What does that
Right.
mean? 5 minutes.
So I think we might have saw. I mean, I know you haven't read the High Republic, Greg,
Mm-hmm.
but Vanestra, it looked like her. or at least her species, which she could be around during this time. Did you see
Well,
that
and so
green?
would
Jet?
who is the Wookiee Jedi in High Republic? I'm trying to think.
Borrega?
Borrega. That the Wookiee Jedi could be Borrega because I mean, Borrega is very young in the High Republic, and they. I mean, I don't. Do we know how long they age for?
I don't know. I do know. Isn't it unsure if he's still alive though? Because spoiler alert for the third book of Phase 1. Do you remember he was kind of lost? But because he was lost and not, it wasn't verified if he died or not. It makes me
Yeah,
feel
I
like
don't
he's
know,
still
but
alive.
I don't
Because that
know.
one guy was
I don't
that one
know.
guy was going to go continue to search for him. So it makes me feel like he might. So it could be, yeah, it could be Borrega.
Bell Zadafar. That's who's looking for him.
Yeah, exactly. Bell.
Well, there's another.
So
So there's
yeah.
another phase. By the way, so I mean, like, if this shows like the fall and the conclusion of the High Republic, that's kind of a bummer a little bit because it kind of takes away from the books a little bit, right? It's like watching Return of the Jedi and going back to watch Empire Strikes Back. Like, you already know kind of what happened, even without the context.
Well, and that's
Sure.
kind of what happened with the prequels to the sequels. I mean, I think they did a well enough job with the third movie. I mean, you knew Anakin was going to turn into Darth Vader, but they still made that pretty powerful at the end. So I get your point though. There's more
The difference
weight
is,
to a story if you don't know what happens at the end.
like, the difference though is, like, George Lucas came out with the original trilogy, and then they went back from there. Like, Disney has every bit of control over the release structure of their own content. So I don't know. That
Right.
trailer doesn't really get me super amped up, to be honest with you guys. I didn't see a bad guy. Now at the very end, you saw the lightsaber, right? And then that really powerful move where it knocked out all the Jedi. So maybe that's one of the big baddies. But you really don't see them, so it's hard to conceptualize who that might be.
Yeah, I'd agree
No,
with that.
Yeah, I think that's all fair. What I'm going to do here, because having such issues with having two computer or my laptop streaming and my computer, I'm going to show it again because I kind of want to. I know it broke off. I just kind of want to watch it through again. So let me pull it up really quick. And then I'll share it from this screen. So give me one sec. Loading. So Xfinity has been really slow for us lately, and it's really frustrating me. Does anyone else have Xfinity?
Yeah,
Nope.
we have Xfinity for internet, and they actually told us that they bumped our speeds up, which doesn't seem like it.
Yeah. No, and we got that email too, and I've seen a lot of Xfinity trucks around us lately. So what I'm hearing is they're having a lot of issues, and they're probably trying to fix it. So, all right.
I don't even know that we have
sharing
Xfinity
screen.
down by me.
All right,
I
you
think
can
it's all
see it.
Spectrum or AT&T. Started. Yep. I can see it.
You can see what?
I can see your screen.
Okay, you can see that. All right, can you hear it? Can you hear it?
No.
No. Well, we'll just watch it then.
And we can go through it without.
I know that doesn't help. Right. Probably more world building, but this is obviously Coruscant, the young Jedi class.
Yeah, with this
This is who we're made to
serial
believe is the
killer.
villain, or at least a villain.
I don't think so. I think that's Carrie Ann Moss, who's a Jedi. Because look,
The
she
one
takes
with the
her. She's the bad guy, but she's
one
not
she's
in that
fighting.
cloak.
Yeah. Yeah, but the cloak walking to that
No,
table
I'm
was
talking. Yeah,
not
I'm
her.
talking about this chick.
Yeah, but if you go back, I
Yeah.
think Carrie Ann Moss's character. Because she takes off her cloak. So she's the one walking through. That's Carrie Ann
Her?
Moss.
Okay,
Keep going. I mean, like if you look, and then she'll go into the canteen.
go all the way back.
No, it's right there.
So you go into the cantina with her, and she takes off her hood, right? Get in there. Yeah. Yeah. See, she walks in like that, and then she takes off her hood. So I think that's Carrie Ann Moss's character, that she's a Jedi.
Oh, well, it looks like this person has something shiny on their chest.
Well, and it looks like she's sitting. Now that you watch it again, though, as she's approaching that table, look to the
See,
left.
doesn't it look? She has something reflective.
Well, there's that, but just keep playing. I mean, yeah, that I don't know if that's her or
And she's got
like
a
the
fate.
floating waitress or wait
Yeah.
staff. But look it off to like the left. It looks like she's already sitting there underneath that green light, because then it's right there. But if you go back 10 seconds,
Over here.
yeah, off to the left side of the screen, you got that green light that you can see,
Oh yeah,
and
Bre-
it looks like she's
you saw
already.
it briefly, but
Well, just keep play it out. It'll be a better view.
right
So
there,
yeah, right, yeah,
like that.
yeah. Keep playing.
Maybe.
I mean, as it's getting closer,
It could be. I just noticed there was something shiny on the chest,
mhm,
and that's that same shine right there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
'Cause
Yeah, I
if
think
you go
yes.
back,
I think okay, maybe that is the bad guy walking in. I tried to have a gotcha moment, and
That would be crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. The bad guy just walks in there, just walks straight up to the table. All right, let's go. That might be the
but
whatever you're
again,
expecting.
I don't know if that we're led to believe like this is I mean, it's probably a bad guy, but it's more of an assassin versus like the actual
yeah.
baddie. This will be like the Marok from or was that his name? The Inquisitor from Ahsoka? That we saw
I think
like in
so.
the trailers, but
Yeah.
then
The
like
one that was made of like gas.
yeah, the dead one. All right, who's that? Don't know who that is. I kind of
That's
briefly
probably the
show,
same
but
character. The assassin, or one. There is an assassin coming for the Jedi.
yep, yep.
How are the Jedi getting beat by people with freaking daggers?
Only the Jedi. So these look like younger Jedi. Yord. Okay, so whoever Yord is. Soul. So much better with the captions
Convict.
on. See that? Who is that? I wonder if that's an older Venestra.
Possibly.
Just so they can tie in the books a little more, you know? So, Greg, for context, Venestra is a younger Jedi from the High Republic time that became
I kind of got the High Republic time from the books and being in the show potentially. But
Right.
proceed.
She became a master earlier than normal, right? At a younger age.
Oh, that had to piss Anakin.
But she had been like, you know, raised through the Jedi school and became one instead of like being brought in at a young age and everything. So she's got a purple lightsaber, so a connection with Mace Windu right there. if that's actually her. So we got the Wookiee, got some dark cloaked figures. Don't know who those people could be. So that's that Matrix lady, isn't it? The actress.
It is Carrie-Anne Moss.
Yeah. Anieza. I wonder, Dustin, if this is like that. Remember that cult?
Yep. The ones that are, basically that. But that's the prequel. That is like before the Nihil.
Right. But they could still be around.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean, it's in kind of a nicer light for the assassin there. So maybe I don't know. Jackie, I don't know who Jackie is.
Look at this. These guys just get pwned.
Oh, I love that.
Just instant pwned. Right. Yeah, gone. Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there must be something with a circle in this. Because usually that means some kind of like indication or correlation. All right.
My pickle's not tickled, really.
Yeah. Maybe they're just not showing us much yet, but
That's how I was. It depends on what they were trying to accomplish with the trailer. It shows that, hey, the show is actually legit and going to come out, so that's good. Kudos, check mark. But I think it more than gets you excited for the show, it just wants you to drop a second trailer that kind of, Dustin, to your point, is going to be more of a bomb dropper and an attention getter. Like this kind of whet the appetite. It's kind of like those breadsticks at Olive Garden.
Yeah,
Okay,
except the breadsticks make you full before you meal.
All right, bad analogy. I just want breadsticks from Olive Garden, so that's why I brought it up. But
I mean, who doesn't? I mean,
yeah, but it's
damn you! Now I want freaking breadsticks.
They should be called
everybody,
garlic sticks because there's so much garlic on those sons of bitches.
Oh, yeah, but they're so good. It's just give me a glass of water and the breadsticks. I'll leave you $10 and we'll call it a day. Hey, $10 on a $0 bill is a pretty good tip, Mike. But no, the trailer, the trailer is just a little bit of intrigue, but really more so not for the show, for another trailer that's going to show more of what you're going to potentially see in the show. At least for me, that's what I got out of it. It didn't grab my attention like, oh, I cannot wait for the show to begin. This was, show me a little bit more, because what you showed me, all right, but no.
Yeah, I agree. It really didn't excite me like more than any excitement level I'm already at for the show. And the thing that stands out to me is, I mean, everything we've been told, at least as I've perceived it, is it's going to be darker. Like this is about the reemergence of the dark side, potentially the Sith. And I just didn't get that dark or heavyweight feeling from this trailer. Like I didn't feel like anything's in jeopardy at this point in terms of like the fall of the Jedi or the leading up to the prequels. So
I mean,
again, maybe that's intentional.
That are going toe to toe with Jedi. To me, that's just so dumb. Or if an assassin sneaking up on a Jedi, right? Like,
and for that to be the main part of the trailer, Dustin, I think to your point, it's if you show one scene where an assassin, like in that, the bar or restaurant, whatever. Okay, show that one, or show one scene of the assassin. Then kind of move on, I think had they flipped it and started with the lightsaber, portion, and and then you know, the Jedi, just being, Dunzo when the world, collapsed or whatever the heck happened there. But if, at the end of the trailer, if that was the very beginning, like one of the first things you saw that then dragged, got you in, I think, that's going to show you, oh, there's some dark times coming. Jedi are getting attacked, grabs your attention a little bit more. And then you can, go through the trailer and build up how darkness is rising during this time.
Well, and even in the poster drop that they had yesterday, it was an image of a lightsaber that had like blood red streak, giving you the indication like of a Sith, right? Like a red lightsaber. There wasn't like, I would have shown like at least a red lightsaber being ignited.
Well, they showed
the
it
trailer. You don't have to show who it is or anything.
Oh, at the end, that's what, they had the red lightsaber was.
Yep.
They showed it at the end?
Yeah,
was it like an actual lightsaber?
Yeah.
Or was it like the
lightsaber
thing? Okay.
And he lights it.
Okay.
It's clearly red.
Okay.
You colorblind?
I missed that then.
What's the color?
But that,
What's that?
You'll end up Mike, you'll end up rewatching this thing 50 times. And so when you get to the red lightsaber scene, think about that being the very beginning of the trailer. And it does change the dynamic of the trailer a little bit. And I think that would have been better to grab attention and really get you excited for the show. Because right now, I need a second trailer to hype up excitement. I'll still watch.
And I'll be honest, I mean, it was pretty laggy for me in the first place. So that's why I don't think I saw it at the end, because I think it skipped. So, but we'll see. There'll obviously be another trailer that will release fairly soon. And then, the show will start June 4th. The only other thing I'll say is I'm kind of wishing that Disney will move away from this like really close film production. And I'm sure it's just restriction limits on where they're doing the actual filming, because everything always seems so enclosed in the shows that we've
It doesn't seem expansive.
been seeing, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it seems like studio recording, which Star Wars is supposed to, that's a great term, Dustin, expansive. Star Wars is supposed to be that. And that's what you get in the feature films that you're not seeing in the shows. It's like everything is done in a room. And I don't think it's doing it any justice. And I get it. They have that technology where they have that huge screen that goes like around them so they can more interact with the CGI that they don't see, or originally they wouldn't see, but now they can. So I get that. And that is kind of a cool technology, but it just makes everything seem so condensed. So I would wish they would be more expansive and do more, what do they call that, where you're at an actual location, like location sets, or what's the term for that?
Yeah, just on location.
Set locations, like
set locations.
Yeah, do more of that again.
Mm-hmm.
That would be great. That's what I want to see.
I mean, can you imagine like
I'm
how
sure
different the movie it would have been if Lord of the Rings was filmed in a room?
Right. It wouldn't have the impact that it does today. So that's just all that I'm trying to say. But we'll see. We'll see how this turns out when it releases. And we'll see how they do on the second trailer. So with that, any final words before we cut?
You anticipate the second trailer being what, like late April, early May? That would be my guess.
Yeah, and probably a little longer. Usually the second ones are a little longer, so that would be my guess. All right, well, I'll just speak to our social media handles really quick. So you can find us on Twitter at DETBLOCK23pod, on Instagram at detention_block_AA_23, and our Facebook group and YouTube channels, Detention Block AA23, a Star Wars podcast. And then, of course, our newly created TikTok platform at DETBLOCK AA23. So look us up on all those. Give us your follows, subscriptions, comments, likes, reviews. Hey, TikTok works.
I know.
I know you said that the other day, Dustin. It's hard for you to admit, but but it actually does work. It's done wonders for us. So with that, thanks for tuning in today on this special Tuesday recording. We look forward to talking Bad Batch here in a couple of days, either tomorrow or the next day. We'll get that out to you after we watch the next episode. So with that, have a